With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood.
Every great society rises not just by what it builds, but by values it defends. In Anambra State, Governor Soludo CFR is championing a new awakening, challenging old habits, inspiring discipline, and reminding the citizens of the principles that defines them. This is Solution Footprints. Join us today as we explore the growing wave of values rebirth that is shaping the future of Anambra State. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Let's go. In the heart of Nigeria's southeast, a quiet revolution is unfolding. One not built merely on roads, bridges, or grand infrastructure, but on something deeper, more enduring and more transformative. Values. Every society is shaped not only by its institutions, but by the habits and values of its citizens. For decades, Anambra, despite its entrepreneurial energy, faced challenges born from weakened civic culture, indiscipline, erosion of community ethics, declining public morality, and the slow fading of those values that once formed the backbone of Igbo society. This is the story of Governor Soludo's value reorientation drive, a mission to reshape mindsets, revive civic responsibility, and restore the pride of Anambra, who are known for enterprise, integrity, and excellence. Under Governor Soludo, Anambra has continued to be on the rise, a state rich in culture, enterprise, and resilience. When Governor Soludo CFR assumed office in 2022, insecurity and societal decay threatened to stall this progress. Today, through bold leadership and determined action, a new chapter of value reorientation is unfolding across the state. Insecurity was high and fear gripped communities. But Governor Soludo extended an olive branch, a message of hope to repentant criminals hiding in the bushes.
On assumption of office, we met almost a war situation, with 8 local governments literally under the total control of the criminals. We declared a state of emergency and responded massively. I have the Security Summit, inaugurated the Truth, Justice and Peace Commission, which by the way has submitted this report that will begin implementation. Engaged with multiple stakeholder groups. We offer to retrain and reintegrate those in the bush if only they will surrender their arms.
Governor Soludo's value reorientation drive was basically built on 3 pillars: restoring civic responsibility, reviving ethical leadership and accountability, reawakening community spirit, and shared ownership of development.
Over the medium to long time, we need to redeem the soul of our society by reinventing our fundamental values of enterprise, hard work, compassion, and integrity as the foundation for sustainable security, law, and order. We will not only revamp our civic and social reformation campaigns, but also seriously reward and celebrate those who distinguish themselves in the virtues that define us. A society ultimately becomes what it celebrates.
One of the earliest fronts of the campaign was civic responsibility. Clean environments, orderly public spaces, adherence to laws, these were not merely government tasks. but collective duties.
If you know any doubt, if you know somebody who is living around you and you don't know what that person is doing for a living, you call the number, we'll come and pick him up. Yes. If you have anybody, you don't know what he's doing, where does he live, what does he do, call us, call the security agencies. We'll come and pick him up. He will tell us what he does. If you are in Anambra, you must have something doing. Any market will get calls, house operate in this market, we will disband that market union that day. Yes.
Schools were enlisted, markets were mobilized, churches, town unions and community associations all became partners in a new moral awakening.
The governor's work in trying to reorient our minds within this concept, for me, is a very commendable move. And we as Catholic priests, as pastors, we preach from the altar, but the government has the willpower to enforce these things. So I think I'll commend our Governor, Professor Soludo, for such a, it's a very bold step. Because other governors have been there, people have been there, but some of them seem not to be so bold. But he took a bold step, and I believe it's quite commendable. So for me, it's not just about the church, it's also about the people themselves. Though the church, yes, we talk about the church at this moment, talk about the church leaders, some of the church leaders. There are some people who try to repeat one gibberish, as if to say after that, miracle money will come, you sleep in Nigeria and you command winter in Canada, and Canada will respect you, and so on and so forth. For me, those things are not really, they are not true. The principles of Christianity do not propagate those things. What it propagates is hard work, sincerity, faith in God. Faith in God doesn't mean you not work. That's why I say faith without good works. So yes, some preachers have really merchandised the gospel. And when you see people criticizing the Christian religion, I think they're criticizing these excesses of Christianity, not really Christ himself.
Also, during the earlier stage, through the efforts of security agencies, it was evidently discovered that right there in the bushes, criminals were given impetus to operate by native doctors with their various shrines in the bushes. They usually prepare fake charms for them with a fake promise that they will become invincible on successful completion and usage of the charms. Armed with this misleading knowledge, including the use and abuse of drugs, the criminals began to see themselves as superhumans, causing mayhem in the society. Kidnapping, rapes, and other social vices became the order of the day. In fact, kidnapping became a huge criminal enterprise and started to boom. As such, the criminals, who were mainly young people, continued to die needlessly. As a government that stands for every segment of the society, Governor Soludo stood ready to rehabilitate and reintegrate all those willing to turn away from crime and contribute positively to the society. This government's commitment was clear: offer those willing a chance to become useful to themselves, their families, and the entire society. Governor Soludo then began a massive campaign preaching for rejection of false prophets, fake native doctors, and practitioners of Okite, magical port, who promise prosperity through magical means instead of honest work.
I was once in the street. That was once, so we're not going to look and say I did street now. I was once in the street. And I mean street is a street boy. I don't know if you understand where they go. A street boy, a deadly boy, walking around doing nothing in the street. Along the line, I came to meet some people that make me to become something good. And I went through that place. And which means what? I learned a good thing from where I went. And anywhere when I see Apoga, when they greet them for me, they're always good, nice. And kudos to Professor Chukwuma, Charles, CFR, Soludo. Anywhere when they never say I'm face to face. When they hear me, they clap, they give them because it's not easy. Not be so I did before. I'm now somebody, but before I was just like something tout. Now we will be tout now. Now tout they talk to you now. Something that I no go feel no waiting I they do before. But today, I'm happy. I went through many courses from Professor Charles Soludo. 1U2 skills brought me where I am today. So I'm still talking to my fellow mates where they're outside there. They hear me. They got to change. And they will change. Because if they see me now, everybody will come back again. Today, I'm proud of myself. Because anywhere when I see Professor Charles Soludo, give him kudos.
With the introduction of a new security law spearheaded by Governor Soludo, the state's response gained fresh momentum, providing the legal backing and resolve necessary to dismantle criminal networks and fraudulent practices.
You agree with me that it's a groundbreaking law, it's a pivotal law, and highly innovative in the sense that Anambra State is the first state that has come up with such a comprehensive law on state security. And of course, we had to go and brainstorm and go to the drawing board to come out with the law that will meet with this alarming trend of criminality in the state. And therefore, we needed a law. Law is evolving. When criminality is evolving, a law too has to evolve. If you are Ezewine or you are practicing Okite in furtherance of commission of a crime, then you go in for it. The long hands of the law will come for you. Or even the same law goes ahead at section 19, I think, and says even if a religious body that indulges in, the same section provides that if you use juju means to deceive people, that you are capable of enriching them through supernatural means, that you go in for it. There's a term of imprisonment for that, I think 6 years, for option of 20 million naira. That law is not targeting any group of people. You prepare rituals for these criminal elements and tell them that with this ritual, with these charms, they will go for kidnapping and they will be invisible. The bullet will not penetrate them. These are the people we are going for. If you are a medical practitioner and you just use it for lawful means to heal people, not in furtherance of a crime, then the law is not meant for you.
Calling out the menace of fake native doctors and Okite practitioners, the governor launched a determined onslaught against these deceitful elements. Their promises of wealth through magical means have long undermined the spirit of hard work and enterprise for which Ndibo are known. Governor Soludo's value reorientation drive placed the youth at the center, from skill-building programs to digital literacy, from renewed respect for craftsmanship to reviving language and culture. The goal was simple: build a generation driven by competence, integrity, and creativity.
It will be recalled that Mr. Governor, immediately after assumption of office, made a firm promise not only to eradicate all antisocial activities, especially touting, Okite, and other illicit activities in Anambra State, but also institutes meaningful programs that will positively change the lives of our youth that were engaged in antisocial activities to become more useful and meaningful through value reorientation campaign. Of course, 1U2 Skill Plus is a very comprehensive youth development strategy that has sequential lines of youth development programs with very powerful methodology, like 1U2 Skills and AWOOD. These are the program that targets our youths that are in the creative economy, WITERS, targeting youth that are in agro-business, one youth to scale Omo Boy, targeting youths that are in the market. One youth to skills SMEs, targeting the SMEs to support for growth and sustainability for job creation. So there was an intensive awareness through the campaign of Mr. Governor on value orientation, of our youths.
The battle also targets those who brandish fake certificates, spreading falsehood and eroding trust. Governor Soludo condemns a success not earned legitimately through sweat and effort. Even the federal government lately, as if taking a cue from what governor is doing in Anambra State, have begun to mainstream this in the area of academics, especially those flaunting fake doctorate degrees.
The Solution government has revamped our core values, our cultural values tremendously. Check out our dress culture. Mr. Governor came in and decided to promote made in Anambra wares across board, including Akwete, which has gone so much in developing and supporting our local arts and crafts. And of course, if you look at our environment, since the beginning of this administration, the Anambra environment has grown, have gotten more beautiful because our people are decent. Traditionally in Igbo land, communities get together to keep their environments clean. If you come to Anambra State, you realize, you observe that everybody is working. The GDP of Anambra State is one of the highest in this country because the people are very industrious and working to ensure that they develop themselves and contribute to life generally. And of course, if you check Anambra State, you see that people are now getting into community development, individually and collectively. You see people constructing roads, supporting community initiatives. It is the lifestyle of Igbo, and in Anambra State it is practiced so very well. Core value of Igbo is peace and love, because the governor is son of the soil. He's a great man. He grew up here, so he knows the cultural values of the people.
It is imperative to note that this drive is not a program with an end date. It is a movement, an awakening, an invitation to every citizen to become a custodian of the dream for a better Anambra. Its true legacy lies not in policy documents or government offices, but in the daily decisions of millions of Anambra. To do what is right, to protect public resources, to care for their environment, to live by integrity, to build together the society they desire.
The church is an institution that tells people about the mind of God. The church is a custodian of morality in the society. And then not only does the church prepare people for the kingdom of God, we are also interested on what is happening here now, because you cannot talk about hereafter without first of all emphasizing on what happens here. God is not compartmentalized only in the altar. God is also interested in what happens in the marketplace, in the classroom, in the government offices. What the government has done in the recent time concerning sanitizing our religious space has been commendable and wonderful, even though it will not be acceptable to everybody, especially trying to reorientate our people to what we value and what we should value. The church to some extent has failed. I must confess, by the time we deviated from preaching the core gospel of life, and started preaching about prosperity, we got it wrong there. Though I'm not trying to generalize, but I'm talking holistically, looking at the church as one.
In the end, development is not just about what government builds. It is about what the people become. And across Anambra State, a new kind of building is happening every day. The building of values, the building of character, the building of a new future.
With the policy you have that everybody that is inside the bush should come out and get back to the society again. Coming to this place, formally, when the park was at the other place, you can see a lot of different things happening there, the arboros and the rest of them. But since we established this place has been under strict control of the security. You understand? Most of our young men who are doing arboro before have been called, and most of them have been reformed. Most of them are now bus drivers, shuttle drivers, or keke drivers, getting themselves fully employed. You understand? So what we are doing here, we are trying to introduce a system whereby there is no arboro in this place. Once you come here to do business of transport, you come here and do your business without any harassment and go your way. There's not enough word to commend him. We have been following his vision for Anambra, for the new Anambra, and this is one of the standards they want Anambra to be. And you can see, if you go around, you see that the standard he has been laid down for us, and we are following it. So we thank His Excellency for this wonderful opportunity I give the transport sector in this environment.
Governor Soludo believes that a rebirth of values, hard work, honesty, enterprise is the foundation of a rising Anambra State. Under his leadership, the state rekindles the values for which the people have long been known. The Renaissance is building not only security, but also prosperity and integrity.
Then, I smoke all those things, I smoke all of them. Just that God intervened in my life. Well, I heard about the 1U2 skill program, the first stage, I admired them. I heard that they were funded after the program. But I still have doubt until I met a friend that introduced me to value reorientation program that took me 3 months. Yes, the value reorientation program, they taught us how to stop smoking. Okay, it was about character, that we should change our character, the way we dress. I don't dress this way before. Enter the 1U2 skill program. Took us 4 months because I learned about confessional and ethics. So that 4 months was awesome. Just that it was stressful. But only the value orientation program alone, yes. I'm happy that the people in charge brought it to we, the lower class. I appreciate. And I appreciate him. Even, well, you can imagine his election now. We voted him in. And he's still going. He will keep climbing. After this government, being a governor, he will still climb up.
No shortcuts, no magic, just hard work and honesty. Through courage and conviction, Governor Chukwuma Soludo is restoring Anambra's soul. With renewed values at its core, the state continues its unstoppable rise. Under the leadership of Governor Soludo, this drive has grown beyond a government policy. It is now a personal call that defines true progress. Today, Anambra State is rising on the strength of its citizens, choosing integrity, trust, and a future that is anchored on common good. And that's on this week's episode is Solution Footprints. Do well to join us next week for another inspiring episode. Follow us on our social media handles at Solution Footprints on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and Solution FP on X, formerly Twitter. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Indeed, solution is here.